Hello there guys, and welcome back to SimCity. There's only one thing standing between us and progress: funds. We don't have an awful lot of them. I have spent most of the money that I had, and it's coming back in slowly, but we're still a little bit short. I'd like to get an oil well built, because that would generate some more money for the city. Not sure if I'm going to have enough room in this little plot here. I should have. If not, we can always remove a few houses should we need to. Just a quick look at the map and we can see that we do have a rather sizable patch of oil there. Doesn't necessarily mean to say that we are going to be able to get at all of it, but any is a decent amount. It's going to cost us 35,000 simoleons just to build a single oil well. That's before we put any upgrades on it. And let's not forget, we're also going to need to build oil storage at the depot as well, which is going to cost us, well, that's only another 2,000. That is not such a bad thing. We'll pop one of those down right now, actually, and then at least we know we've got that ready to go. So let's have a look at the quests we have currently got going. We've got 22 hours left to get a total of 100 sims in a park. Not sure we're going to do it, although we are making progress with it. And we need to complete a research project at the academy, which we are currently working on. Question is, how quick is it going? We need more high wealth workers. This is the problem that we actually have here. 95% research, so we are getting there. People on the roof. Very, very exciting. So, we could do with some more high wealth houses. We have a few, but not many. We're probably not going to get much in the way of them over here either, given the fact we're going to end up with a lot of nasty, smelly, dirty industry over here with the oil well. We could probably attempt to high wealth up some more of these houses up here. Probably the best way of doing it. So let's have a look at the high wealth stuff again, and let's go for something like a pool park. The only problem is some of these things are absolutely colossally huge. But we'll drop one in here. It's going to take some of our houses out, unfortunately. We've got a yellow warning from fire. What's he telling me? Fire trucks couldn't get through to a fire. It burned down. Okay. Maybe we need another fire truck. But that's not going to be our major concern at the moment. Right, what do you want? Okay. How much more futuristic can you make it? Plot some futuristic city buildings, like them new futuristic parks or a hydro pumping station. Complete your first academy research project. Brilliant. Petition to build a solar power amplifier approved, and we get 20k, which is great. He's got a little quest to give us 1,000 simoleons for building a lot of... Oh, we've got the wind power amplifier as well. Anyway, he's got a quest for 1,000 simoleons for putting down some futuristic buildings. I'm not going to bother with that right now. Oh, these are all abandoned. That's quite sad. I think we need some more residential over here. I think that's what the issue is going to be. So we're going to bulldoze those, because they don't seem to be doing too well at the moment. And I think what we're going to do, just very quickly, while we've still got some spare money, is we will get a few more houses in here. I know this is starting to get close to the industry now. There we go, residential. But at least we've got some houses that are a little bit closer to the shops, and these will be low wealth houses. Don't have as much demand for commercial, but we do have a lot of demand for residential, so we're really going to have to do that next. Let's just have a quick look over here and see what we've got going on. Oh, this is the Dr. Vu quest again. I wish wouldn't she... Because I'm not actually... Oh, fire. I'm not actually clicking ask me later. I'm clicking no thanks. And it still comes back and asks me again. So, as you can see, we're starting to get a bit of a traffic problem now. And this is my own fault, because I've been building lots of cities with intersections. And it often makes it very difficult for the traffic to move. There is a fire truck en route, which actually looks like a futuristic fire truck. I wonder if that's because of the proximity of the fire truck to the fire station to the academy. But that's a very futuristic looking building. You actually... No? We're not here to... Oh, you had to be on the other side of the road. Okay, I get it. Oh, well, they're putting the fire out. So that's interesting, because I don't actually think the model for the fire station has improved. We are going to need more fire trucks, so that is for certain. Let's just have a quick look at... Oh, we've got another abandoned building. Wow. Let's just sort that out. Do we have any more? I don't think so. Okay, let's look at the academy. What could we research next? Academy level 2 upgrade. Let's get working on that then. And let's see if we can get our oil well in. So, we need city specializations. And we need drilling. Oil well. As you can see, it's quite big. It's going to destroy rather a lot of houses. Oh well, that's what it's going to do. Obviously that's going to upset a lot of people, but we are now producing oil. Yeah, there's a few people a little bit upset about that. Cannot infinitely sprawl across this. We need to build up, not out. Now, these people want us to build mega towers, and there's quite a reward for doing that. I'd like to build a mega tower. It's one of the new things that I would like to build. Was it a mega tower or an elite mega tower? Either. Either or. Brilliant. So that is something that we will be doing. We can expand out this way. If you remember when I put the houses in here, I said it was just temporary in case we needed the space, and we might well do that. So what we're going to be doing is if we go over to our depot here, we can manage global market deliveries, and what we want to do, we've got oil selected, obviously that's there because we have an oil storage depot, and we want to export our oil, and we get nearly 9,000 simoleons per 100 barrels, so we will be selling that. Don't have a huge amount of money left, sadly. Okay, what have we got going on here at City Hall? They are complaining about the garbage. I didn't think we had that much of a problem, to be honest. Place a garbage dump or add dump zones to an existing dump. Where is... I don't see the point, given the fact that there is absolutely no rubbish at all here. No garbage being processed. Are we dealing with the garbage? Let's have a look. I think we might have problems here. Have we run into our first bug? No garbage cans collected per day. We're certainly dealing with the issue. So why do we need to build another garbage dump or more dump zones? I'm just not even going to bother with that. It's a stupid mission. We do not have a garbage problem. There's all the trucks, these little blue trucks. They're doing all of their collecting, and they are doing a fine job. I still need to bring this avenue around, and that's going to be problematic because it's going to be expensive. We do need a little bit more residential. Let's try and do something a little bit pretty. Let's take a low density street. Let's put on the curve tool, and let's have a nice curve. Just because we can. And of course, that'll throw everything else out as well quite nicely. So let us plop that down on the inside. We've got some more space there. Okay. Not so much of a demand for low wealth residential, but certainly for medium and high. And we're also getting more call for commercial too. We've got an abandoned building, which I think is that one that burnt down, which is fine. Let's deal with that. We've got a second one as well somewhere. Over here. Part of the commercial area. Now we could put in some more commercial. I think what we're going to do actually though is put in some more residential across there. Obviously that's going right up to the back of the garbage dump, so that will end up being low wealth. We do still have more room to expand out here, but we're going to start with those mega towers at some point. Let's have a look and see how much they are going to cost us. 120,000 simoleons, and that's just for the standard low wealth apartment levels. Mega tower with mall level, mega tower with office level, and the elite mega towers are double the price. I don't think we'll be doing the elite ones straight away, although they do look amazingly brilliant, but it's going to be a while before we can afford that. So we're currently making 2,700 simoleons per hour, which is not a great amount, I'll grant you, but we should start getting extra money from the oil. It's not making a huge amount, 100 barrels a day, and we're only selling once we get 1,000 barrels, so we are going to need to improve the oil output with some more oil pumps, which we will be able to do. Don't think we can actually take out any more bonds, and even if we could, it's probably not a good idea. We do need to get some more commercial in, though. Is this going to be another quest? Yeah, this is the evil one. No, thank you. As much as we could do with the money, it is just a pointless pain in the neck. So I think what I will do, because these houses across here are generally going to be unhappy about the oil anyway, the oil pumps being here, I am going to D-zone this area. I'm actually going to D-zone that as well. D-zone this area here. I'm also going to D-zone that area there. And then we are going to rezone it as commercial for the time being. Obviously we have houses here which we no longer need. So we are going to remove all of these, just to upset people even more. I think there is a way you can actually just mass drag them all, but did we miss any under construction? All seems good, so we'll get a bit more commercial. Okay. How's the parks thing doing? Still 17 hours left, so let us speed things up a bit. That's going to be some sort of tourist mission, isn't it? Tourist town, tourist attractions. No, not going to bother with that. Not for 1,000 simoleons. So what I'm going to try and do is expand the oil well. Yes, I may end up having to destroy some of these buildings that we have just built, but it may not come to that. But the more oil we can produce, the more money we can produce, and it will all be good. You can see we're starting to get some growth over here, which is very good for us. Everything's moving along quite nicely. We still have some high wealth. How are we doing at the academy? We still only have 2 high wealth employees, which is quite strange. And only 1% completed on the research project. We really do need some more high wealth workers. Yeah, we are getting a few new high wealth buildings over here, but not many. Not many at all. Let's see, the industry is improving somewhat. We know we're having issues with the fire department not being able to get to fires. Can we afford another fire truck? Yes, we can. Let's pop that down there. I also noticed a little futuristic symbol appeared. So it must mean it's a futurized building, although it's hard to tell what exactly it does, apart from give us some futuristic looking fire engines. But I think apart from that, we have enough to cope. So let's leave that going. What's going on here? So glad the town has a police station now. We've had a police station for quite some time. Okay, out of interest, how much is it going to cost us for additional oil pumps? It's 10,000 per. We can afford one. We're also going to need more delivery trucks, but let's put one of these out if we can. So can't just pop it on to the back, unfortunately. What we need to do is extend the service road. Now the service road is free, which is nice. That's about as far as it's going to need to go. And then we can put these pumps on the back. Oh, we can afford the second one. Okay, we can have up to 10, but that's probably about as many as we are going to need. So that will help in getting us oil a bit more quickly. The thing is, this number will never actually represent how much money you're making then, because this only tells you how much money you're making per hour, and it doesn't take into consideration the amount of oil you get from this thing here. What do you want? Extend the service road and build some oil wells in other areas. I just did that, so I'm going to go no thanks, because that's already what I've done. So, yeah, that's going to upset a few people, but we will have oil, and we've already got 1,000 barrels. So we'll end up selling some at the depot. Don't think we've actually got any in there yet. 2 delivery trucks at the depot, and we've only got 1 delivery truck here at the oil refinery. Well, the oil pump. We can put another delivery truck in. If we had the space to put one, let's pop one there. We go. Second truck. Okay. One would assume we are still making money. Let's have a look how things are. At least we're starting to get to a point where we can start to get these bonds cleared. Tax income's quite nice at the moment. Not doing too bad on residential, though we're not really growing again at the moment. We could do with a few more houses. we're going to need to start upgrading some of the roads, actually. That's going to be one of the important things. Most of these houses aren't ready to increase in density yet. Are even some of the older ones ready to increase? I don't think they are. Yeah, we've got density issues. Normally they only increase in density once they really, really get high on happiness. Some of these people aren't happy because of the land value problems, which is mainly caused by having a huge stonking oil well here. So what we could do is we could take, let's take something medium wealth. Let's take a colourful park. And who's complaining the most? You. So let's destroy your house. And that will make people a little bit happier in the area, though not an awful lot. I see some of these houses are actually starting to get a little bit futuristic. If you look at things like this, we've got this sort of futuristic car with the futuristic driveway and the, whatever that is, futuristic garage. So yeah, we are definitely getting some futuristic buildings here. Look at those. They look like mice, as in computer mice, not mice as in the rodent. I have a Microsoft mouse that looks very similar to that car, only without the wheels. Okay, so what do we need to do next? You still want the Amiga Co, but we're not going to do that because we don't have the room. We still don't have much of a call for industry, which is a good thing. We've got quite a bit of call for residential still. There's a little bit of a call for industry, but not an awful lot. As you can see, we are now making money for crude oil, so we've got that money coming in. And look how much money we've got now. We've actually got 56,000 in the bank. That's just come out of nowhere. So we need to increase the range of this avenue. I think that's one of the things that I'm going to do while I potentially still have enough money to do it. It's a high density avenue. So we're going to extend... Oh no, actually, it's only a medium density avenue. This is a medium density avenue. The high density avenue is the one that actually comes from there, the 3-lane one. This is medium density. So let's go for that. It doesn't really matter what density you select the avenues. The only issue is you must make sure that if you want to build an avenue, you build an avenue to start with, because you can't upgrade a street to an avenue. The avenues are wider and take up too much space. So we're going to go down here with the avenue somewhat. And what I'd like to do then is go for... Well, we're already on curved streets, actually. I was on the wrong tool to begin with. But I'd like to curve the avenue round. And... why not? Let's connect it up to there. So at least now we have an avenue that goes all the way around the back. And we can build off this as well, which is fantastic, because it means we can build more residential and things that are a little bit further away. So what's the call for residential at the moment? High wealth and medium wealth. So let us get about doing that. We're still on the wrong tool, aren't we? Yep. Okay, so let us zoom in a little bit. Same rules as before. We don't want to have too many connections all running off of the same... Well, why do you want to snap to there? That's just silly. We don't want as many connections running off the avenue as possible, so we're going to try and keep it down to as few. That's really weird. It doesn't seem to want to snap into the right place, so there might be a few lines that are out of alignment here, so I'm sorry if that upsets anybody's OCD, but I assure you it's probably going to upset mine more. But that's the weird thing sometimes with this game. The grid lines don't always seem to snap where you'd expect them to. Like that one there wants to snap to there and not in a straight line, which is very weird. Not too sure where it's going. Actually, who cares? Let's go for that. If it wants to create a strange shaped city, who are we to argue? So let's do that, and we'll close that off, and we can have another road across there. So there's only one road in. Now the only issue we might have out here, of course, is that we have no sort of fire services or anything that can reach, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem at the moment. We are getting a lot of abandoned buildings though, which isn't great, so let us get rid of those. They're complaining because of the land value. They'll rebuild and it will be slightly smaller. We do need mass transit. We also need education. I'd like some of these houses here to be higher wealth also, so I'm going to take one of the high wealth. Let's have a large fountain park. and where can we pop that for the most coverage? I know this is going to take up some of our space that we've just assigned, but let's pop that in there. That should help a little. I'd also like to get some education going. Right, what do you want? If we had the petroleum HQ, I'm not going to bother with doing that because that's one of the specializations, so that's not too much to worry about. As I was going to say, we do need some education, and schools do improve land value, as I remember. So if we go to education, all we can build at the moment is a grade school and a public library, but they're worth having. I'm going to build a public library, and I am going to build that over here because I think that will improve things. Does it actually help with the land value, that one? No, thought that was the one that did. Okay. Well, what we are going to do, though, is we are going to build a school because we most certainly need one. The school can be here because we do need space to expand, and you can see that does improve the land value. We're also going to put some bus stops down. You can see the green area, actually, to make that a little bit easier. Let's just go into the education map. So you can see the green areas, which is where the influence of the school reaches. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a few of these bus stops down. And this will allow the school to reach further afield. Obviously, we don't need to go into the industrial areas. That should be close enough. And then obviously we'll pop a couple down over here just so these houses are also served by the school. And we'll probably need an extra school bus or two just so that we can get everybody. We've got the funds, so let's pop them in. Brilliant. Happy with that for the time being. So what we're doing now is we are saving up for our elite mega tower. At least we'll get most of the money back for it. It won't be an awful long time before we can afford to do that, which is going to be great. As you can see, we're starting to get these little education signs appearing. That's because they are going to start getting skilled workers eventually when people get educated in the schools. Obviously still quite a lot of people asking for public transport, which we will get going at some point. We've got these houses popping up here, which is quite nice. And the mega tower might well go in here somewhere off the avenue. They are quite large. How are we doing on the money side of things? We're already up to 111,000 now. Still selling crude oil. That's our sale in September. And of course we are getting more and more people, so we're making more money that way. 120,000. How much was it again for one of those mega towers? Not the elite ones. Just the normal grotty ones. 120,000. You know what? We could actually afford that right now. But before we do, what are you complaining about? Garbage day. Challenge you to pick up to beat the... Yeah, well, we can do that. I don't think that's a problem. Are you asking for the petroleum HQ again? Oh, make a refinery. We could make our own refinery. We're not going to bother with that for the time being. I've never seen that symbol before. What do you want? Oh, build an expo centre. No, not bothered with that at the time being. I told you people what I want to build. I want to build a mega tower. Obviously, it looks like there's a limit to the number of mega towers you can have. Looks like you can only have 8, but they are quite big. So what you can do with these mega towers, obviously you've got mega towers and elite mega towers. I'm just going to put the game speed down when I do this. The elite mega towers are basically sort of higher wealth or medium wealth. So you've got mega tower apartment level, so it's basically residential, mall level, which is commercial, and office level medium tech, which is industrial. And then you've got the same with the low wealth ones. Well, we do actually need more higher wealth civs, but what civs again? Wrong game. More higher wealth sims. But what we can do is we can build lots of housing with a sort of standard one, and then later on we can improve the housing and land value, so we can take some of these low wealth ones and turn them into high wealth. So let us take our mega tower. We're going to need somewhere to place it. We could put it right on the avenue here. It is a bit of a massive and ugly looking building, But let us pop that down right there, and that will start to build. And also, we instantly get 80,000 of our cash back straight away. And as you can see, it actually increases local happiness as well, because it's a futuristic building. It's starting to futurize some of these houses. You also have these sky bridges, which you can use to connect mega towers together. Of course, you do need to research the sky bridge, but it's a great way to connect them together. And these mega towers also have 4 road points. So you can see we've got the road connecting here from the mega tower to the main highway. But there's also a road connection here on this side, and... oh, no, it's not one on the back. There's just 3 then. There's one on this side as well. Yeah. So the way these work is we can actually build on them level by level. So next time we can afford to, we can take a mall level and we can pop the mall level on top, and then we could take a office level and pop that on. You can pretty much put them down in any order you want. I'm sure there is a limit to the amount you can stack on top of each other, but you can literally just keep building these things up and up and up. And what's quite nice is you can actually see all these little futuristic robots and things building it as it starts to move up. Will take a little while before it is completed, I believe, but if we select it, yeah, 8 levels. So you can have a maximum of 8 levels. And then you can add a new level. So if we just have a quick look, as you can see, it is already finished. So you start with the base, whichever one you pick, you always get this base because that has the road connections. And then we have our apartment level. And as you can see here, you can see how big they can be built. So we've got lots of room to build on this one. We are making profit per hour. So we can click on there and we can see its population capacity. Does that mean it's actually already full? Which is absolutely brilliant for us because that is more income money from taxes. And we can add levels. Now obviously some of these need to be researched. We've got apartment levels of various wealth. We've got mall levels and office levels. We also have these things which we can't get yet, but look, we can have a park, we can have a skybridge station, waste reduction, education, nuclear reactor level. We can actually provide our own power, and then crowns that go on the top. We've got solar power, we've got air scrubbers, tourism, billboard advertising. There's a lot of nice stuff we can have. So it would be nice to get some more commercial. We do have a demand for commercial, so we're going to take a mall level. And we are going to start construction. And the robots will, once again, start to... look at that! A wave of happiness that just spread across the entire city. So there's our mall level starting to construct. And we've already almost got enough money to put down another one of these if we wanted to. But I might save up for an elite one if possible, so we can get some more high wealth people. Let's just have a quick look at the academy. It's still really slow because we have 5 high wealth workers now, but that is still quite low. But there we go. It is building the next level of the tower. Now these do look quite ugly compared to the elite ones. Let's be honest. They're not a pretty sight. But if it's going to generate us money and it's already built, we now have a mall level. And yeah, we're not making an awful lot of profit per hour. But hopefully we will do once the mall level is open. So we need more shoppers to make a profit, which is strange because you are absolutely full with residents. Not an awful lot more we can do about that. Profit, it's saying minus 80 an hour. That is mainly because it's only just opened, so it hasn't fully worked itself out. So apparently, if the crowns, which is the very top part of the towers, when you put those in, they actually affect the entire region. So you can increase power output. The parks is residential satisfaction, tourism increase, scrubber efficiency, which is obviously for cleaning up the air. Are we low on power? Do we have a power issue in the city? Let's have a quick look at that. We do. We have a power issue in the city. But what we do have now, of course, is, I believe, if we go over to the power station, we have the option for this power amplifier. Now, what does that give? It does use some control net, but it gives us 200% power production. Doesn't increase the pollution in any way, shape, or form. And if we pop that down in our power station, which we can easily afford to do, the question is, do we have enough control net to run it? Let's just have a quick look at the academy. How much control net are we outputting? Currently transmitting 1,710. How much does this require? Oh, there we go. It's just kicked in. Yep, control net connected. Still have a little bit of a deficit, though. Let's just speed things up a tiny little bit. We're not even using all of the fans. We do have these ones, of course, that we don't have turned on, don't we? We did turn some of these off. So let's get these turned on. And that should definitely give us enough power to get things going. They are turning on. It does take a little bit of time. There we go. We now have a 13 megawatt excess again. That power should hopefully reach the mega tower shortly. We are starting to see the lights. Come on. Starting to. Come on. We have excess power. This, once again, is one of the issues that I was having when I used to play this game originally. You've got enough power, but it doesn't seem to be reaching where it needs to. Some buildings aren't getting power. Make sure the power can reach everybody. Well, I can see the yellow line running its way down. There we go. It's finally got there. Took some time, but we got there in the end. That worried me for a moment there. I thought building this was going to have been a complete waste of time. Still at max population. It's now going to say that we're not making any profit, of course, because the power's been out. Oh no, still making 210 simoleons per hour profit. So there we go. We have our first mega tower. We've made our city a little bit more futuristic. What's he moaning about now? Low wealth mall level isn't getting enough shoppers to turn a profit. Add a low wealth apartment level to provide more shoppers and you'll get a share of the profits. Well, we can certainly do that. We can go here and we can add a level and we can add more... well, we could add medium wealth apartment, actually. We don't need many low wealth residents, but we do need some medium wealth residents. So let's build a medium wealth apartment level. And that is going to take a little while to build. Haven't quite managed to top our record for garbage collection, but we will get there. And let's have a quick look at what's going on here in the town hall. Okay, so we need only a few more people to become a suburban city. We need 15,000. We're currently on 14,200. I'm going to say yes to that because we'll soon hit that and we'll get 15,000 for doing it. So I think that's about all we can cover on that video. I'm quite happy. We've got another futuristic building built. We've increased our population quite significantly. We've pretty much tripled it. We are back in the black with the amount of money that we have. We are instantly going to pay off those 2 remaining bonds, so we're not losing money to those each month. And we are now making 4,100 simoleons per hour, plus the extra money we're making per month from the oil well. Got money in the bank. We've got a 3-level mega tower. Did I not actually start that other level building? I didn't, did I? Start construction. There we go. And when we come back next time, we will finish that and see what we can do from there. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you're still enjoying, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.